Hey everybody, welcome to this drawing video thingy magiggy. So, sit back, relax, grab a bag of Skittles, I don't know, whatever, and just enjoy this time lapse as I just talk over the audio and stuff. So, first of all, I haven't really been uploading on the channel for the past like month and a half, 2 months, I have no idea at this point, but it was just because I was on summer break. Now that I'm back, I'm going to be making more videos, and one coming up that's going to be really good, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed already, definitely do that, you're not going to regret it at all. Also, over the summer, I've just been less motivated because I was making the video in color. That took quite a while, and it really burnt me out a little. So, but now that that's out of the way, let's get into the drawing. So, first of all, what is the theme of the drawing? I don't usually, plan what I'm doing. I just have a general idea in my head, and I just go with, whatever I'm doing. I don't know. But the general theme for this one was going to be something space related, and, I wanted to make kind of my own little planet thing, and, some sort of, artist depiction of, a civilization on another planet or something, or like a small colony or something. I don't know, because I'm just into that kind of stuff, really. So, I knew I wanted to have some mountains and some greenery, as if the planet were terraformed by these people. So that's what I did at first. I wanted to find some sort of texture for the mountains without having it look just like the waterfall, which is just those streaked lines. So I played around with some different things, which you already saw there, but I found this cool little texture I made up, which was just some nice little stones and little bits in the rock. So that looks really nice, and I decided to use that for this section of the mountain. And also, if you have any recommendations of what should I draw, just put them in the comments. I'll totally listen to them, and I might do them in the next drawing video. So, also, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't really put a script for these videos. I just kind of talk whatever I want to talk about, or anything, or I just talk about the drawing, because if I don't do that, it just sounds really robotic, and I'm basically just reading the script to the screen. So, I think it's just a lot more natural, and I just prefer it that way. So let's just talk a little bit more about the drawing. Up here I'm drawing a little weather station thing that the people would use to measure the weather. I did a windsock on top, and then I decided to go back to the mountain and texture the rest so I don't have to come back to it later. You'll realize later that I don't do the same texture for all the mountains. That's just because I wanted to look a little more diverse and not all exactly the same, because the earth is kind of like that as well. So I start doing that over here. I don't add the pebbles in this time. I want it to be a little more smooth than the other, but I also wanted a little more depth to the drawing. I didn't want it to just be one big flat mountain, so I thought I'd break it up with a little building here, and I put some solar panels on top because that looks really nice. Also puts out a lot more of a futuristic vibe than something like a big smokestack or something. And then I realized that this was quite high up from the ground, so I thought I'd put some stairs, which look really cool in this kind of twisted form that I did. And that looks really cool with the perspective. And I also added some beams to support it. And then a little hill that it goes on. Then I decided to put some sort of little crate down here, because then it wouldn't make any sense for the stairs to go down to that one spot without having something for them to go down to. I then made some pathways that will connect to the ground and up to another spot that I'm going to do in just a second. Added a little more detailing, not really knowing what I'm kind of doing there. But yeah, I mean, I draw cartoons. I don't really draw as many landscapes as I used to do, but I mean, I still know some things about terrain and stuff. So I drew this cool little tunnel, and then a little mine shaft on the inside, and a little number on top. Then I decided to draw the main road, which will be more paved looking, which will also connect up to the first building. You also see me failing miserably to draw a decent circle like most artists do. We always want to get it perfect because it looks really weird when it's not. I also drew like this little space bus. I don't know. I go back to it later because I don't like the simplicity of it, but I like it overall. I then drew another crate thing on the road, which is got a little perspective to it, and it's also being towed by this little one wheel thing, little robot. I don't know what it is, but I like it. That's all that matters. It's cool. It's my drawing. But yeah, and then I add a door on the back, and that finishes that off. I then go back to the bus like I said earlier, add some little doors and a ramp, and then I start doing the big dome building. Oh, but first I do the road lines that will supposedly guide the little robot along. I add some windows on the building. I don't decide to add too many because usually in space there's a lot more radiation, so you don't want to have too many windows. But and then I decide to do another building, pretty much exactly the same, but a little bit smaller, and it has some little tanks on the side. I don't know what those tanks are holding, but it's not oxygen because there's obviously trees outside, but I don't know, is it propane? This is supposed to be a futuristic civilization. I don't know why they're burning propane. I don't know what's in those tanks, but it's cool. I don't care. I then decide to fill the gap with something in this little spot here, and then I decided, I'm gonna draw a rocket launch pad, which would be super cool, because how did they even get here without a rocket? And this would supposedly bring supplies to the station, and I didn't think it'd be too big. It doesn't need that much of a payload if these guys are here permanently, and they don't need that big of a rocket. Just something to hold cargo, to bring things like food, I don't know, to the planet. I then drew this little control building that you would control the rocket from, or count down the launch, I don't know. And then I made a big satellite dish that would pick up signals from somewhere else. And then I realized the ground looked a little blank, so I thought I would add some more things to that. I also realized I need to finish the river as well, and the pathway, just setting up where I wanted my drawing to end and begin. I also connected up the roads to the launch pad and to the other house over there, and also just clean that up because it was a mess, because obviously I was drawing from so far away, and also at like 9 in the morning, so my hands were really shaky at this time. So I then decided to do the rest of the ground with this kind of like pebble thing going on, kind of like the ground if you've ever seen those images that they've taken on Mars, just like rocks just sitting on the ground, and little pebbles and sand and stuff like that. And then I finished the river, which was kind of the same texture as the waterfall, and then did the ground around that and the rest of the hill, and it's that exact same texture that I did back there. I zoom out and fit it in frame, and then I do some more texturing. Yay, my favorite. You guessed it, we're doing more shrubs and bushes and a little windsock on the top of the mountain. And this one's a lot more smooth, just like the bottom, like I said before. And then some background stuff, and then a big old planet in the background, which is really epic. Also note that I nailed that circle first try. And I made some rings. This isn't Saturn, by the way, it's just a random planet. I just like how rings look, they're super epic. So, we are just about at the end of the video, so I'm going to tell you now to subscribe, like the video. If you really enjoyed it, maybe share it with your friends, that would also help a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of the time lapse.